Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to go over my MLS strategy, how my MLS teams went out this week, how they're going to go out next week, and my overall buying strategy for the 2025 season. These are the teams that went out this week. Some good signs from a lot of the teams, but slightly disappointing overall. This was the main team that went out. This was the in-season strategy we've been building towards. It's the first week it's went out. So at the back you can see we had the San Diego defensive stack of CJ DeSantos and Paddy McNair. Paddy McNair started really well for life in the MLS. I bought him after this first score. He's put in the 74 at home at St. Louis, 39A, loads of passing points. I think he's going to have a great season this year. We captain Wilf Zaha up front. I expect him to get the DA. He did get that. Slightly disappointing on the A. He lost so many duels, so quite a few possession loss, not massive for a forward, but the minus 17 on duels really has which I wasn't really expecting, to be honest. Moving on to the rest of the team, we had Anthony Markkanen, who we brought in especially for this game week. We knew he was going to play due to Rosales being out for a couple of weeks. Played quite well. They won 1-0 Minnesota. It was quite a solid defensive performance here, as you can see. The one who let us down quite a bit was Alhassan Yusuf. Brought him in. I was expecting him to have a decent game here. Yeah, he's got a tough matchup against the Crew, but he was at home after his first score of the season. I was expecting a little bit better, I'll be honest, but he's unfortunately killed us a little bit after his joint lowest score since moving to New England. And overall, this D3, obviously the first week I've been in season rare, D3 only paid out 10 cash spots. Unfortunately, we finished just outside of that in 14th. Slightly disappointing, to be honest, because I feel this team did have a bit more in it. Obviously, no A at all from Zaha. If he got another 10 points of A, we're pushing right into that cash spots, as well as Yusuf underperforming. And also, we've got the captain wrong. Should have went Captain McNair. Maybe that's something we look to do in the future, obviously. 2 big scores. Yes, they've had the clean sheets, but even if McNair doesn't get that clean sheet in this St. Louis game, he's still pulling the 60, which is quite impressive. Moving on to the rest of the strategy. This was the second rare team we put out. This was my original strategy before I moved into win season. We did have the armour on from an existing collection. We picked up Brad Guzan and Derek Williams, because I think Atlanta are going to have a far better season than they did last year. They've got lots of new additions. They've got a really strong team this year. However, I usually play at maybe an Ajamang or a Nathan Byrne in here. But obviously, given Charlotte were at home to Atlanta United, I decided to just fade all the Charlotte players and put in some of the leftovers from the in-season collection. This team, unfortunately, didn't do much. However, Almiron put in a really good score here. No DA needed, which is very impressive, and hopefully we can build on that. The in-season limited strategy. This strategy is mainly a Minnesota defensive stack with the Charlotte, 3 of the Charlotte front 4. We've got Dane Sinclair. We did have other options here, but Markkanen was on the start, and I thought he could do well in that left wing back / left mid position. We went with Zaha again, captain. Obviously, I've just spoke about slightly underperformed, but did get the goal. And then we went with Pep Biel and Liel Abada. Pep Biel got his goal. Unfortunate that Zaha didn't get the assist, slightly took off a defender. And then Liel Abada coming in with 10A, I think it was, 13A. Slightly unlucky. But I believe this team is getting promoted, which is nice, as long as we're the rare team that is also going up. This the second in-season limited team was a bit of a throwaway. We knew the keeper wasn't going to play, and then it was just the leftovers that I wasn't playing in this team. The classic limited team, this was a Charlotte stack basically. I've got the full Charlotte collection from last season. I picked up a Zaha to chuck in there. We decided to captain Adi Melander in this one as captain Zaha and a few of the other teams, and I was kind of hedging that, so if that didn't pay off, maybe this one might have, but unfortunately Ajamang let us down a bit. Minus 19A, only 1 BCM. Just getting absolutely annihilated on the duels, similar to Zaha. And the second team, this was hedging against the other classic limited team, just a few of the leftovers that I didn't play in this one, basically. So I had Captain Najamang on this one, obviously that didn't work. And this one's a throwaway as well, obviously, DMP keeper. So from the end of this week, we are going to be picking up from the MLS strategy, total of 10 limited essence and 3 rare essence. We're also picking up a promotion in season, which puts us up to D2 rare, and a promotion in this one as well, which is good, D2 limited, which is nice. Looking forward to next weekend. There's obviously the MLS Specialist Open. I think we are going to be targeting that. So I'm going to jump in, make a few of the lineups provisionally for next weekend. I have already done this, I'll be honest. There was an issue with the recording, so I'm going to kind of blitz through these, do them again. But a lot of them is quite straightforward. We've not got many great matchups. This is one of the better matchups we've probably got. San Diego away to RSL. RSL aren't brilliant. In midfield, we are looking to pick someone up in midfield for the weekend. So we're going to jump forward for now. I'm going to go with Zaha, and then the extra position is quite a tricky one. Obviously, we've got Yusuf at home with Philly, who look brilliant. It's free scoring completely. Cam Harper, I think he came up with an injury at half time, which is a bit of a worry. He's also got a really tough game away at Atlanta. You've got Mark Anthony Kay at home at Minnesota, which is one of the better games, you'd say. But he's not really found a starting position yet, which is a bit worrying. He got 45 in the first game coming on. He's got 30 in this game. I think he might be on to play. I'm pretty sure in this game against SKC that there was a red card, and there was, yeah. So Lopez got red carded. I've got a good feeling Mark Anthony Kay will come in here, as he is kind of pushing his way into that starting lineup anyway. I think he should slot in. And Markinac should play, had a good game. Is away at Mark Anthony Kay's team, San Jose. I think we're going to go Mark Anthony Kay for this one. And then, like I mentioned, we're going to be picking someone up here. So stay around and we will reveal that at the end of the video. Hopefully we'll put in, if we got a DMP we can put in for now. No, we'll put in Yusuf for now. And then we'll hopefully swap them out a bit. Then we're going to move on to the rare MLS team, which we're going to use the Atlanta defensive stack of Guzan and Derek Williams. In midfield, Miguel Almiron will likely be the captain. And then up front is a bit of a tricky one. Like I said, Cam Harper came off injured, so I think for safety for now, we're going to go Ajamang. Then the extra pick, we've got quite a lot of options. I'd like to pick Pablo Ruiz. I'm not sure he's going to play. I don't think he got any minutes in the last game, which was slightly surprising. Maybe that's them bleeding him in a bit after his big injury. We've also got Ladero, who came on against Miami and scored in a 4-1 loss. We've got Yedlin at home at Toronto, which is a good game, but obviously since you've got a lot of games with the CONCACAF, Yedlin has been in and out of a few of them, obviously because of the schedule. So it's quite a tricky one, this extra spot. I'm tempted to go Burn because it's quite a safe pick. But yeah, none of them are really standing out to us. I'll be tempted to take that Yusuf from the other team, to be honest. But for now, we're going to put Yedlin in and captain Miguel Almiron. Limited season team. Obviously, he's getting promoted. We've got a few options in there. We've got Dane Sinclair away at San Jose or Kalina away at Miami. This is quite a tricky one. Tempted to back Kalina. I think he's got more of that peak potential. He could look box into a DA, even if it's not a clean sheet, could save a penalty. I think we're going to go Kalina. So obviously the rest of the team needs to be in season. The defence were really light. I think we're going to go Markinac. It's just literally the full Minnesota defence. Boxall had a good game last time out, getting a 71. Obviously at home in Montreal. But I think we're going to go Markinac for this one. Midfield, we've not really got any options. We're going to have to go PPL. Up front, we've really only got a Abada or Zaha. I think Zaha's the pick. And then I think we're going to have to go with Abada at Partnerum and captain Zaha. I'm actually going to swap them goalkeepers around, actually. And put the big Kalina in. The greater XP, because this is the main team that I made. For the classic team, we've again got the option of Kalina or Dane Sinclair. I think we're going to go Kalina again and run a Charlotte stack. I think Melander's the best defensive pick at the moment for Charlotte. Midfield, once again, it's quite light. We've got Westwood, Longstaff if he plays, Ruiz if he plays, Connor Ronan if he plays. How long did he get last time? 20 minutes. We got Bronigo, might play. Ladero might play. I think Westwood is the safe pick on this one. Up front, we've got quite a few good options actually. We've got Zaha, we've got Ajaman, we've got Vargas off the bench, we've got Abada, we've got Denki. Like I said, we're yelling before, Denki's schedule is pretty hectic, so I think we're going to go Zaha. And I am tempted to put Denki in here because Toronto are pretty rotten. I think I'm going to go for it. Captain's a difficult one. I'm quite tempted to captain Denki in this one, given we've captained Zaha and not the other ones. And I don't think the clean sheet's going to be easy for me to captain Kalina or Malanda. So yeah, we're going to go Denki. And then the last keeper we've got is Dane Sinclair. In defence, we've got quite a few options. We've got Tim Ream, Nathan Byrne, Boxall. I think it makes sense to put Boxall with Dane Sinclair. Midfield, like I said earlier, it's quite a tricky one. I'm tempted to go Connor Ronan, but obviously you can't guarantee the start. Matty Longstaff I'd like to play, but you can't guarantee the start. Pablo Ruiz, I feel like he might get this game. Obviously he's had a full rest this weekend. He did get 90 in the first MLS game. I think I'm going to go with him again. It's a reasonable game against San Diego. We don't quite know how San Diego are going to settle up. She started really well, but is that going to be the norm or not? Pablo Ruiz. And up front, we've got Abada or Ajaman, really. I think we're going to go Abada. I think Abada's got a bit better like we've seen this weekend, and we'll plus go from Ajaman. So we're going to go Abada up front. And then the extra pick, I'm quite torn between Nathan Byrne and Abada. Sorry, Nathan Byrne and Ajaman. I think we have kind of backed the Charlotte clean sheet in other ones, in other teams. And I think it kind of makes sense to just go with Ajaman on this one and hope he does get into a DA. And I think on the chance Ruiz starts, we are going to captain Ruiz. So yeah, they're the lineups going out for next weekend. We've obviously got the main team up top. Like I said earlier, we are planning to make an addition. The addition is going to hopefully be Manu Garcia. Manu Garcia has recently came to SKC. SKC are pretty rotten, if you weren't aware. However, as you can see here, he's been bled into the team slightly. I don't think he played all of pre-season from what I'm aware. He wasn't getting in the squads much for the pre-season. I presume it's because he's new. He came off the bench in CONCACAF versus Miami. Came off the bench versus Austin and got 45 minutes 8A away to Austin. And started the second leg of the CONCACAF game away at Miami. Obviously struggled quite a bit. They conceded 3 goals. Quite a lot of possession lost. However, he started the most recent game at the weekend versus San Jose in a 2-1 defeat at home. I've watched the highlights of this game and he looked really impressive. Obviously, clocking up loads of A, 30A, 2 tackles won, 3 attempted assists, 57 accurate passes, 37 final third passes, which is getting them 11 points, which is massive. And then in attack, he's got the 5-1 contest, which is massive, and also 10 penalty area entries. I think just off watching the highlights, you can tell this guy's going to be really nifty. He kind of, obviously, the level is quite far apart, but he kind of reminds me of the way Ricky Puig moves around the pitch of like an MLS pitch. He's really small, he's quite nifty, he can just glide past players. I don't think he's going to score the same scores as Rookie Puig, but I think he does have that caliber to keep up that 66 type score on AA alone. And then if he adds a decisive, you're close to the hundreds. And I think that is the kind of captain pick that I'm going to need moving into the squad. As you can see this week, that midfield pick did let us down. And I think with that type of player in here, we're adding on 20, 25 points. We're moving quite far up the leaderboards. So yeah, that's the plan. Hopefully in the next video, we will have acquired Manu Garcia and put him in the team for this weekend coming up. So yeah, that's the plan, put a bit on them and see what happens. So yeah, thanks for watching this video. See you in the next one.